Welcome to Metro Manila. Here in Manila, we don't say hi and hello. Instead, we say, Magandang buhay. Can you say it with me? Perfect. Let me introduce myself again. I'm Raniela Arian A. Hernandez, or you can call me Ate Raniela, and I'm your tour guide for today. And beside me, here is our coach captain, Kuya AJ. So, Kuya means brother in English or Opar yun in Korean. Kuya AJ is a licensed and professional driver for almost 10 years, and he will make sure that we will have a safe and happy trip. Now that we are complete and safe and sound, please remain seated until we reach our destination. On behalf of University of the East Travel and Tours, I'd like to welcome you all. And while we are heading to our destination, I'd like to take a minute to familiarize you with the area and discuss some brief safety precautions. First is I ask you to remain seated until we reach our destination. Second, please always follow the itinerary that is given to you and always stay within the group. Third, never leave your things unattended to avoid unnecessary loss. Lastly, never forget our bus number, which is bus number 1. And don't forget our golden rule. Take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, kill nothing but time. If you have any questions, please feel free to approach me. Are there any questions for clarifications? Alright, let's start our memorable experience here in Metro Manila. So Metro Manila, or also known as Metropolitan Manila, is the capital region of the Philippines. The region is divided into 4 geographic areas called districts. And today we are going to tour you with some of the destinations in Metro Manila.
Hello everyone, good day. My name is Natasha May Ardi Guzman and I'm your tour guide for today. Welcome to Metro Manila. And now we are here in our first destination, Luneta Park. Rizal Park, widely known as the Luneta Park, in the iconic park which carries the rich history. Did you know that this location, the national hero where Dr. Rizal was executed? And also, the park was formerly known as Bagong Bayan during the Spanish occupation in the Philippines. And one more thing, Luneta Park was known as Cold Lunette from the French word lunette, which means it's crescent aligned fort. It was the site of La Calzada, the social hub of the Manila's elite. It was also used by the Spaniards in the execution guard for the rebels and activities. Dr. Rizal was executed in the Rizal Park on December 30, 1896. And also, Rizal Park, known as the Luneta Park or simply Luneta, in the historical urban park located along Rojas Boulevard in the Manila. And now we are approaching our second destination, Binondo, Manila. Binondo, Manila is the oldest Chinatown in the world, and it is one of the most visited town in the Philippines. Did you know that Binondo, Manila is the capital city of the Manila of cultural and gastronomical experience? Binondo in Manila, Philippines is considered in the world's oldest Chinatown. Exploring the bustling and lively streets of Binondo will take you on a historical, cultural, gastronomical adventure like no other.
Welcome mabuhay! I am Aina Cyril Cruz at your service, and you can call me Ate Aina. So first, on behalf of University of the East Travels and Tours, we welcome you to Manila. And to start with, I'd like to take a minute to familiarize the area and to discuss some safety precautions to avoid incidents. First, we should have the same time to avoid delay on our tour. So in my watch, it's already 8:30 in the morning. Second, please remain seated until we reach our destination. Third, please do not leave your things unattended to avoid unnecessary loss. Third, please follow the given itinerary to avoid delay. And last but not the least, do not forget the golden rule. Take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, and kill nothing but time. While we are still traveling towards Manila, let's first get a brief introduction to the city. The city's name, originally Maynilad, is derived from the nilad plant or water hyacinth, a flowering shrub adapted to marshy conditions which once grew profusely along the banks of the river. The name was shortened first to Manila and then to its present form. If you have further questions, please do not hesitate to come and ask me. The Philippines capital city of Manila is currently within our sights. Now that we reach our destination, as we can see on my right hand, we can see the Paco Park. Paco Park was established by the Dominicans, originally known as Cementerio General de Dilao, as Manila's municipal cemetery during the Spanish colonial era. Right now, it serves as recreational area. This park is well known for its peace and beautiful surroundings. Cementerio General de Dilao, a cemetery built by Dominicans during the Spanish colonial era, originally stood there on February 17, 1872. The Spanish executed three Filipino priests known as Gombursa, known as Mariano Gomez, Jose Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora, for allegedly encouraging a rebellion against the colonial administration. The same unmarked tomb at Paco Park is where the three priests who were executed for being traitors are buried. Additionally, buried within Paco Park's two walls is Dr. Jose Rizal. Now that we reach our second destination here in Manila, as we can see on my left hand, we can see the San Agustin Church. San Agustin Church is the oldest church in the Philippines that is established here in Manila, formerly referred to as the Church of the Immaculate Conception of San Agustin. The church is the country's oldest church and one of the churches with a long aisle. Despite having built for the first time in 1586, it has undergone multiple restoration and the most recent of which was in 2013. The church has been designated as a national landmark and a UNESCO World Heritage Site due to its magnificent Baroque architecture. Now to discuss our next destination, we will have Ate Dana. Thank you very much and I hope you enjoy our tour.
We are currently approaching Intramuros. We can see Intramuros here on my right hand. Intramuros, which translates to within walls in Spanish, is the name given to the fortified city established by the Spanish conquistador Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. Intramuros, also known as Old Manila, are the city's well-known and historic landmarks that were built during the Spanish invasion of the Philippines. One of the most significant remnants of Philippine colonial history up until the American Commonwealth is located in Intramuros. The buildings that make up Intramuros were initially constructed as a defense system. But today, anybody is invited to visit and learn about the centuries of history that have been preserved there. Raja Sulaiman's palace used to be located exactly where it is now. That occurred toward the end of 14th century. Intramuros is 670,000 square meters in size. We are about to reach Quiapo Church. The Quiapo Church can be seen here on my left side. Quiapo Church, also known as Minor Basilica of the Black Nazarene or St. John the Baptist Church, houses the well-known Black Nazarene statue. The Visita, Chapel of Ease of Santa Ana, a prior building that had burned down, was replaced by Quiapo Church in 1933. The Black Nazarene, a miraculously preserved statue of Christ that is located in Quiapo, is one of Manila's most well-known sites. The life-size ebony carved monument to the Quiapo was originally shipped out in 1767. Additionally, churches in the Philippines gave rise to a distinctive architectural style known as earthquake baroque, which was created to accommodate the frequent earth tremors that shook the Philippines in the 20th century. The designs of the bell towers of many churches is earthquake baroque. On to our next destination, we are now heading to the city of Mandaluyong.
Hi everyone! I am Celestine Aina Mayuga. You can call me Ate T. Did everyone still remember what our bus number is? For those who are not, always remember that our bus number is number 1. Please remain seated and requesting everyone to pay attention as we talk about Mandaluyong. If you have any further questions, feel free to approach us. Okay. Did you know that Mandaluyong has different stories on the origin of the ancient name Mandaluyong? Legend says that the city was named after the romance of a tribe couple, Manda and Luyong. Manda was a lovely daughter of a barangay chieftain, while Luyong was a maharlika despised by Manda's father. Another story says that the place was named from Luyong, a kind of tree that was abundant in that place, and from which beautiful canes and home furniture was made of. Still, another story says that during the Spanish regime, the place was called Mandaluyong to describe its rolling terrain, which resembles giant waves of the sea. The consonant N was later affixed by some Spanish writers, hence the name Mandaluyong. But, in terms of facts, Mandaluyong City is referred to as Tiger City of the Philippines, Metro Manila's heart, and the shopping mall capital of the Philippines. It is well developed, to many of its infrastructures are owned and managed by most successful businessmen in the country.
Hi everyone, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Desiree Calces, or you guys can call me Ate Des, and I am one of your tour guide for today's trip to Mandaluyong. My job is to familiarize every one of you with the etymology and history of Mandaluyong has. The first thing that everyone shouldn't forget is our bus number, which is number 1. Second, our golden rule takes nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, and kill nothing but time. I am requesting everyone to pay attention to what am I saying. If every one of you has a question, please feel free to approach us. On behalf of the University of the East Travel and Tours, I'd like to welcome you all. Now, we are heading to our destination while Ate Des are discussing the etymology. Etymology. Edsa Mandaluyong. There are lots of sources where this city got its name. Some claim that the place got its name from the Tagalog terms mga, which means many, and daloy, which means flowing, in the reference to the tall grasses that grew in the land many years ago. Another also claimed that it got its name from the incident when Acapulco, a navigator, saw that the rolling hills were frequently lashed at by daluyong, or big waves from the sea. Hence, the residents gave an answer to those who inquired about the name of the place as Madaluyong. Later, the Spaniards affixed a consonant N to it, thus making it Mandaluyong. But prior to the Spanish conquest, Mandaluyong was already an organized place. It was once the kingdom of Sapa of the Great Majapahit Empire or Anka-Widyaya, and was ruled by Prince Balagtas around 1300s. More than a century later, about 1470, it expanded and was called the Kingdom of Namayan, with Lakan Takhat as its ruler. The kingdom was made up of what are now Pandacan, Malate, Quiapo, Santa Mesa, San Miguel, Paco, and Santa Ana in Manila, and Mandaluyong, Makati, and San Juan. Pasay, Taguig, Pateros, Parañaque, and parts of Pasig and Quezon City up to Diliman. For several months in 1904, San Felipe became the capital of Rizal. After its separation from San Juan del Monte in the year 1907, San Felipe became an independent municipality. It was then renamed as Municipality of Mandaluyong by virtue of House Bill number 3836. It became a city year 1994. Today, Mandaluyong is a bustling city with vibrant economic activities and among many other city accomplishments. Allow me to share some trivia to every one of you. Way back 1953, Clarita Villanueva, whose Jody Santamaria performed well about this role in the movie titled Clarita. A 17-year-old incarcerated at the Manila City Jail was said to have been beaten and tormented by two demonic entities. But eventually, according to my source, she was admitted to Mandaluyong Mental House that located at 9 Febrero, Mandaluyong City.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful morning. Is everybody enjoying today's trip? Well, me too. But before that, let me first introduce myself. My name is Brian May Alexi Villar, or simply call me Ate Alex.
And again, I'm Raniela Orion A. Hernandez, or you can call me Ate Raniela.
Your travel guide representative from University of the East. And it is our pleasure to be your tour guide. Right now, I'd like to remind you again with some instructions. Can I see everyone smile? Very good. First smile means secure your personal belongings. Make sure you're with the group. Interact with your companions. Leave the place clean as it was and enjoy and have fun with this activity.
You'll find many historical landmarks in the Philippines, each one commemorating essential events that occurred in the past, and some of these noteworthy events can be found in Quezon City, or also known as QC.
Quezon City in Metro Manila offers a multitude of historical and religious landmarks, fun attractions, and gastronomic destinations for local and international travelers. Now, let me tell you facts about Quezon City, or what also known as QC.
QC is created through Commonwealth Act No. 502 on October 12, 1939, and it was named after the late President Manuel L. Quezon. It was a city envisioned for laborers and employees as the Barrio Obrero. So, it wasn't meant to be called Quezon City, guys. The initial name was Balintawak City after the cry of Balintawak. It took place on August 23, 1896. At the time, Katipuneros stirred their cédulas as a sign of revolt against the Spaniards. It also marked the start of the Philippine Revolution. Quezon City is the most populous city in the Philippines. It is also known as the cultural, entertainment, and media capital of the Philippines, and also called as the City of Stars, and was actually the capital of the Philippines for 28 years, despite losing its title as a nation's capital in 1976. The city has continued to develop into a premier city filled in delightful activities and attractions. Now, if you are going to look at your left side, you will see the Quezon City Memorial Circle. I will tell you facts about it. The Quezon City Memorial Shrine is dedicated to the unrivaled legacy of the first president of Commonwealth of the Philippines, which is Manuel L. Quezon. It is a national shrine highlighted by a 66-meter Trilon monument at the heart of the Quezon City's most important part. So why it is historical, the main feature of it is a mausoleum. It contains the remains of Manuel L. Quezon and his wife, First Lady Aurora Quezon. Do you know that Aurora Boulevard is also named after Quezon's widow? The couple also each have a province name after them. The site was originally intended as the grounds of the national capital, to be built in Quezon City to house the Congress of the Philippines. So there are a lot of things and places you can see in Quezon City Memorial Circle. If you're going to look at your left, you can see the Memorial Shrine. It is the main attraction in Quezon Memorial Circle. To look at your left again, you can see the two dancing fountains. It is the centerpiece of the Liwasang Aurora. So you can see now is the Liwasang Aurora, a circular paved plaza decorated in the style of a compass. I suggest you guys to look at your right so you can see the World Peace Bell. It is one of the most famous attractions here at Quezon City Memorial Circle. one of the famous attractions here, which is the Peace Monument. I suggest again to look at your right side so you can see it better. I want you to look at your left side so you can see the Philippine-Israel Friendship Park. So guys, I hope you enjoyed learning about the Quezon City Memorial Circle, but I think you're gonna enjoy it more than our next destination, which is the Araneta Coliseum. I hope you guys are doing fine. And now we have arrived at our next destination, which is the Araneta Coliseum. I want you to look at your right side. That is the Araneta Coliseum. It is one of the largest indoor arenas in Asia, and it is one of the largest clear span dome in the world. Do you know that the dome measures approximately 108.0 meters, making it the largest dome in Asia? From its opening in 1960 until 2001, when it was surpassed the Ota Stadium in Japan, with a dome measuring 274.0 meters. So I hope you guys are more curious about the history of the Colosseum. Do you know that the Colosseum was constructed from 1957 to late 1959? And it was designed and built by architect Domitador Lacson Lugdu and engineer Leonardo Lugdu. From 1960 to 1963, the Colosseum received international recognition. Wow, right? And was recognized as the largest covered Colosseum in the world. This is another fact about it. And I want to ask you guys, what's your guess about this one? So which is bigger, Smart Araneta Coliseum or MOA Arena? So I hear answers. The answer is the Smart Araneta Coliseum because the seating capacity of it is 16,500 and the MOA Arena is at 15,000. What is Araneta Coliseum known for? I hear answers and you are right. The Smart Araneta Coliseum is mostly used for sports such as basketball. It is the main venue of the PBA, NCAA, and also the UAP. So lastly, a fact about the Coliseum. Araneta Coliseum hosts a first ever PBA triple header. The original double header had 7-0 playing conception at 5:30 p.m. UTEX Spain Crisp at 7:30 p.m. The Toyota Tanduay game, which was interrupted by power failure. I know guys, it's such a lame, but on May 22nd is played earlier at 3:30 p.m. PBA triple header. The original double header had 7-0 playing conception at 5:30 p.m. UTEX Spain Crisp at 7:30 p.m. The Toyota Tanduay game, which was interrupted by power failure. I know guys, it's such a lame, but on May 22nd is played earlier at 3:30 p.m. So I hope you guys had fun learning about the Araneta Coliseum. So we're heading next. You guys are having fun and still interested for our next destination, which is the La Mesa Eco Park. So guys, I want you to look at your right side. Here is the La Mesa Eco Park. So what is this Eco Park known for? Eco parks are large connected landscapes with high nature conservation and environmental protection ambitions. So these parks, which use ecological landscape features to reduce watering and other maintenance, while enhancing the wildlife and also the human values. So guys, another fact about the La Mesa Eco Park, that it is a public park which covers 33 hectares of landscape. So there are a lot of attractions to promote environmental awareness and conservation here. So there are also interactive activities which you guys can enjoy, allowing the visitor to touch, feel, smell, and breathe the natural environment. So long before it was established, the La Mesa Eco Park was part of 2,700 hectares of La Mesa watershed. So it is the primary source of drinking water for Metro Manila residents. So it has 2,000 hectares of which are forest land. So it also has 33-hectare public park. It is located outside the natural boundaries of the watershed, and before it was rehabilitated in 1999. So okay, as I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of activities we can do here. So how much is the entrance fee in La Mesa Eco Park? As of today, the entrance fee is still 50 pesos for non-residents of Quezon City and 40 pesos for QC residents. Also, for us, for the students here, we have 20 pesos for students and kids and free of charge for senior citizens of Quezon City. I hope you guys find this interesting because I have another trivia or fact about the La Mesa Eco Park. So the La Mesa Eco Park Resort was established in 1950s. It was open to the public and quickly became a popular picnic destination for Metro Manila residents until the mid-1970s. However, the park was eventually closed due to neglect. The facilities were disrepaired. So that is one of the most famous places in QC, so I hope you guys visit the La Mesa Eco Park. Okay guys, I hope you find my information very informative and I hope you had fun. So I'm giving my place to Miss Alex Villar, or you can call her Ate Alex.
Hi everyone! Again, I'm Ate Alex and I'm going to be your tour guide for the rest of Quezon City. And we are now approaching Santo Domingo Church. Just look into your right. The Santo Domingo Church is not just the largest church in Metro Manila or one of the biggest in Asia, but is also one of the most beautiful church here in Metro Manila. The National Museum and the National Commission on Culture and the Arts declared the National Shrine of Our Lady of the Holy Rosary of La Naval de Manila as a National Culture Treasure in October 2012. Renowned post-war era architect Jose Zaragoza designed the church. It houses the oldest Marian image in the country. You can leave a short prayer if you want and appreciate the beauty of Santo Domingo Church. And for our next destination, let's explore University of the Philippines, Diliman. Aside from its glowing reputation for producing top-notch graduates, the University of the Philippines or UP Diliman's vast land area makes it ideal for other kinds of activities as well. Students enjoy sitting on parks, chit-chatting with their friends, or preparing for their next class with just the towering nara trees to shade them from the sun. The Oval, meanwhile, is a favorite among joggers during weekends. UP is also one of the best spots to find cheap meals since most of the eateries here cater to students. Despite being transferred more than 5 minutes around the campus, Mang Larry's Isawan is a grilled pig or chicken intestines still captures the heart of the barbecue-loving scholars. A short pause from our tour before we get back on the road for our next destination because today we will have our food trip at Maginhawa Street. When it comes to food streets, Quezon City locals would instantly think of Maginhawa, and for a good reason. It is one of the locations that paved the way for the food street scene in Quezon City. What started as a hangout spot for the university students now has everything for everyone. There is no better place than Maginhawa Food Park for those who live to eat. Just entering into this place will hit you with a strong aroma of drool-worthy food. This park is a crossover of various cuisines and major food outlets with a crisscross of food courts running from everywhere. In addition, bring cash as most establishments don't accept cards. So, everyone enjoyed their meal? Now, to continue our tour, if you will look into your right, you will see a thrifty adventure at Cubao X. Anyone love thrifting, huh? Cubao X should definitely be on your list. From shoes to galleries to second-hand shops, we're pretty sure you'll find a thing or two that you will like. It's a creative space where art junkies and music lovers meet and form a community with the same love for this timeless destination. And for our last destination here in QC, we're going to visit the EDSA Shrine. This shrine and church is perhaps one of the most historical, and meaningful places for Filipinos in Quezon City. It is officially named as the Shrine of Mary, Queen of Peace, or the EDSA Shrine was built to commemorate the 1986 EDSA People Power Revolution. The EDSA Shrine also goes by other names like Our Lady of EDSA or Queen of Peace. The shrine is easily identifiable by the bronze image of Our Lady of Queen of Peace sculpted by the late Virginia T. Navarro. You can see the Our Lady of Queen in bronze in front of you as we approach it. And that is all for Quezon City. Let this be your guide on planning your next adventure here in QC. But don't be afraid to go outside the itinerary. You might be lucky enough to find the next big thing in this great metropolis.
Good morning, everyone. But first, before we start, let me introduce myself. I am Abigail Calantog, or simply call me Ate Abby.
And I am Jemima Grace Talabok, or you can simply call me Ate Jem. We are your tour guide for Pasig City. A number of stories surround Pasig's name's origin story, but all revolve around water. The most convincing theory is that the city was named after Pasig, which is a Sanskrit word for waterway coming from one body of water to another, referring to the Pasig River. One theory suggests that the city name came from the Sanskrit word pasega, which means sand, while another story suggests it came from the Tagalog word mabagsik, referring to the Pasig River's strong, terrifying current. Even before the Spaniards came, they were already a class of people living in Pasig. They were called remontados, who used to live in the mountains. According to an American anthropologist named H. Oatley Bayer, the first settlers in the city were groups of people of varied cultures and racial types who came to the Philippines in migratory waves during the long period of 25,000 to 30,000 years ago. At about 1450 AD, the Pasig was a peaceful kingdom and was being ruled by Dayang Kalangitan, wife of God Lontok. It was also said that the people at that time were getting their foods at the river. There were also some who used to wash their clothes there. Others used the river for taking a bath. Pasig was a part of before of Rizal province and served as its capital. However, in 1975, it was carved out of Rizal and became part of Metro Manila when the Metro Manila Commission was created by President Ferdinand Marcos through Presidential Decree 824. Pasig continued to grow economically until it was converted into a highly urbanized city on January 21, 1995 through Republic Act 7829.
Since the Augustinians founded the city in 1572, it is one of the oldest municipalities in the Philippines. It was officially included into the province of in June 1901 thanks to Rizal Act No. 137, and it even served as the seat of government there until 1975. Through Presidential Decree No. 824 in 1975, it later joined Metro Manila and was formally incorporated as a city in 1994. And the short trivia about Pasig: the city of Pasig had 141,280 females of ages 10 years old and over in 2015. Did you know that the name Pasig is derived from a Hindu word that refers to a body of water that connects to other bodies of water? Anthropologists contend that the Pasig term Pasig actually refers to river, embankments, and Pali language, which was widely used in Southeast Asian nations. Pasig, a traditionally rural community, is mostly residential and industrial but has recently begun to diversify into more commercial ventures. Notably, since the Ortigas Center Businesses Center was built in the city's westernmost region. The Pasig Cathedral, a landmark constructed about the time the town was founded in 1573, is where the Roman Catholic Diocese of Pasig is located.
Marikina, officially the city of Marikina, located on the island of Luzon in the Philippines, is one of the cities that make up Metro Manila. The national capital region, Marikina was the capital of the province of Manila from 1898 to 1899. According to Dr. Trinidad Pardo de Tavera, the word Marikina was a recognition of Captain Berenguer de Marikina from July 1, 1788 to September 1, 1793. He was the Governor-General of the Philippines and named him the Little Pueblo, which is now known as Marikina. For our first destination here in Marikina, as you can see Marikina Shoe Museum located along J. P. Rizal Street and just across the Our Lady of Abandoned Church in the Shoe Museum. The museum holds shoes of several famous people, including a pair of shoes of each president of the Philippines chronological order. Other shoes are those of celebrities, ambassadors, political figures, and even traditional shoes from several countries, known as the Iron Butterfly. Imelda Marcos owned $1,000,000 of properties, 175 pieces of priceless art, and was famed for her shopping sprees across Europe. Before it became a shoe museum, it was used as an arsenal during the. As you can see at your right side, you can see Marikina Sports Center. The Marikina Sports Center, also known as Marikina Sports Park and formerly known as Rodriguez Sports Center, it is a sports complex and located in Marikina at the corner of Shaw Avenue and Sumulong Highway in Metro Manila, Philippines. Prior to its current sports facilities, the area was a site of PNR Marikina Station back in the early 90s. The Rodriguez Sports Center was built in 1969 under the Rizal Governor Isidro Rodriguez Sr. It was turned over to the Marikina Municipal Government under Mayor Bayani Fernando in 1995 and was renovated in 2001 under Mayor Maria Lourdes Carlos Fernando and was renamed the Marikina Sports Park. At your right side again, you can see Book Museum Cum Ethnology Center. The Book Museum Cum Ethnology Center was founded in 2013 and features the vast personal collection of President of Rex Group of Companies, Attorney Dominador Buhain. As a traveler attorney, Buhain has collected items from over 200 countries and islands he has visited. The logo of museum reflects the lifestyle of Attorney Buhain as a wanderer who chose to share his journey throughout his priceless collection. From book to articles, the Bookcom Ethnology Center houses a combination of a local and international collection which highlights the culture of city or a country. And in your left side, you can see Pontifical Shrine of Our Lady of Abandon, better known as Our Lady of Abandon Parish Church, is a Roman Catholic Marian shrine in Marikina, Philippines. The church building became center of religious controversy rooting back from Marikina's early history, wherein both the Jesuits and Augustinians fought over the ecclesiastical control of the area. The Our Lady of Abandon Church, also known as Nuestra Señora de los Desamparados, is a Roman Catholic church founded in Marikina City. It was built by Augustinians in 1700 and it is still standing today as the one of Marikina's old church despite being destroyed a couple. It was built by Augustinians in 1700 and it is still standing today as the one of Marikina's old churches despite of destroyed a couple times by two earthquakes in 1816 and 1830 and by fire in 1861. It is the home of one of the image of Mary which has received a papal seal.
Did you know Riverbank Center is located on 23 hectares site which formerly held a Universal Textile Mills factory, Asia's largest textile mills at that time. The Riverbanks Development Corporation acquired the site in 1995. It opened to the public April 1999. Riverbank Center is an integrated development complex for shopping, recreational, business and commercial. Bayani Fernando is the mayor of Marikina when the Marikina Riverbank started to open. The owner of Riverbanks of Marikina, it is the home of the Philippines' biggest outdoor amphitheater and outlet center, and the location of once in world's largest pair of shoes. I'll give you the top 3 dishes here in Marikina. Have you heard of dishes called everlasting or wak na toy? For Marikina residents, these are staples and part and parcel of most meals, every family celebration, and are highlighted in city heritage. This dish is a tomato-based pork stew started with pork shanks, Vienna sausage, red bell peppers, and chorizo. The sweet pickles differentiate it from other pork stews. It lends a sweet tangy flavor that other stews such as menudo do not have. According to Mariqueño residents, the name wak na toy came from Chinese settlers who found dishes such as menudo too ubiquitous and say wak na toy or wag na to. The second dish is everlasting Marikina style meatloaf. This meatloaf, similar to the classic embutido, is made with pork, hard-boiled eggs, red bell peppers, strips, and chorizo, and usually shaped using a lanyera, oval baking pan. Served during special occasions, they say the dish was named as such as because it's always present during family get-togethers and special occasions, and that it can be stored for a long period of time. And last but not the least, Marikina's pork hamonado leans on the sweet side because the pork is marinated in pineapple juice. It is considered a local favorite and is often part of spread when highlighting Marikina cuisine in heritage tours.
Thank you, my dear tourists. I hope you enjoy our tour today, and I hope that this is a memorable tour for you all. I am looking forward for your next visit here in Metro Manila.
On behalf
Of University of the East Travel and
Tours.
We thank you for
Casting
Us and
Mabuhay!